So if you've been active on TikTok lately, you'd know there's this group of slime bento restock ranters, as they're very popular on TikTok right now. For the sake of not having to put tags, I'll be calling them TikTok ranters. This video is not meant to hate on the creators, but rather to express my personal displeasure with the group due to key factors. I'm also not going to hit you all up with "they don't even rant," because I haven't either in months. However, I will warn that I will touch on a lot of sensitive topics, so if you feel uncomfortable with the following, please click out. Repetitive content. Whenever you see a trendy video, there's normally similar content elsewhere. For TikTok ranters, this factor happens throughout their scripts that often get copied around and used in other videos. This makes most have very repetitive topics throughout the community. Also, it causes drama between creators, as if you were to steal someone else's videos. A few TikTok ranters imitate their favorite creators' videos, and so on so forward. There's no creativity, it seems. Sprite drama. These ranters often have a character of sorts in the front with dividers. However, I've noticed a good amount of them fight over who uses what character. Honestly though, unless you own the character or it's your original character, like the ranter Sherry, you cannot have rights to the character as your own. There's no need to harass people because they share the same character sprite as anyone else. It is a public character and can be used by anyone unless the company states otherwise, which happens when it involves commercial use, and the company will often try to sue. The reason this works is because of the copyright infringement law that protects the rights of the content. Anyone can use Rarity, Charlie Morningstar, Pinkie Pie, L, Miku, or any other, as long as it's not for commercial purposes. There's a difference when someone takes another person's personal character and uses it as their own, thus breaking the copyright law, and can be sued for if you have a good reason. Young audiences. Alright, this one is very common in my opinion across platforms. I've noticed that these popular ranters are either in middle school or below. Obviously this isn't everyone, but the majority I've seen are very young, which is a big issue due to problems like grooming, doxing, bad mental health, drama, cyberbullying, and blackmail. All possible because children tend to be very vulnerable, making them a prime target. Don't believe yourself to be more mature just because a 50-year-old man in Discord said you're mature for your age. I'm also not saying you can't share your opinion online, but I really advise children to stay safe and learn basic online safety skills. Don't give your real name, address, or any other information that can be tracked back to yourself. Also be aware of who you hang out with. You wouldn't want an in-person friend to leak your information. Speaking from experience, if you can or if you know you'll be touching very controversial topics or become a target, get a VPN. It reroutes your IP address and can help mostly against doxers. Don't rely on it for everything. It's important to know the basics too. Otherwise it's like having a lock while the key is out in front of them. Furthermore, children tend to hit on topics they can't comprehend, and then end up offending individuals. A main one happens to be a culture where children don't understand the importance or religious values of that particular group. For example, Christianity and Hispanic Latina culture. However, you can't claim that they all believe the same thing, as Christianity has over 45,000 denominations and each has their own ideals and values. Some denominations support certain things and others don't. So stating that everyone belonging to a denomination, including children, is a child molester is simply ignorant. Before anyone says that, they've never been through difficult areas, because it's a leading religion as a whole. Christianity. According to Gordon Conwell, an estimate about 70 million Christians have been killed throughout history, and today even 5,000 are killed a year, according to Open Doors charity donation. Now this isn't to force religion, as some might say, it's to state statistics. A good amount of people seem to do no research on and rather get their information from another video that is clear misinformation, unless it is an opinion-based rant in which the person has their right to express dislike. Another topic is the Aladu festival that ranters were supposedly spreading awareness about, not knowing that they were spreading misinformation about the festival. This festival in Nigeria, known as Aladu, spread like wildfire across social media, being marked as a rape festival. Ranters did not do proper research before uploading videos, proving how gullible they can be to false claims. The Aladu is a celebration of fertility in which people wish blessings to couples who cannot bear children. They also celebrate agriculture, and childbirth. It is celebrated primarily in the Azaro Kingdom in Delta State, Nigeria. However, I have no idea who decided to present it as a rape festival and cause mayhem to the people celebrating it. The closet thing to rape in the festival was due to an incident that occurred during the festival, not about the content of the festival itself. The people who had been violating women during the festival were arrested by the Nigeria police already. Speaking of ranting, let's talk about what is and isn't considered ranting. According to Cambridge Dictionary, the word rant refers to an action of speaking, writing, or shouting in a loud, uncontrolled, or angry manner. Ranting does not mean just having a layout and looking pretty. You don't need a layout or sprite to rant. On the other hand, commentary comes from comment, meaning to analyze, infer, clarify, or express an opinion on a subject. They may have similar meanings, but commentary is more organized and uses facts to support an argument. On the contrary, ranters are more emotion-driven and aren't required to give facts to support their feelings, such as stating they hate a company because of a change, while commentary would explain their reasoning and facts for the claim, such as the change affects their community in various aspects or the change was central to a plot, while providing sources known information. Hot takes. The TikTok ranters have a tendency of complaining about common sense and actual hot takes, which often result in someone receiving death threats. Honestly though, the truth hurts sometimes. Opinions aren't always supposed to be agreed with, and that's why they're opinions. A hot take refers to a harsh view that is controversial. That is not a bad thing. Controversial doesn't inherently mean problematic, it just means that people would disagree. The whole pineapple on pizza is controversial. So if someone has a hot take, don't expect it to be something that you'll like. That doesn't mean they're problematic. It just means they have a different ideal. Yuma ship intro problem. Yuma shipping, or literally dream ship as Yuma translates to dream, involves a self-ship between a person and a fictional character. Got it? Fictional? So tell me why people are shipping themselves with real middle school girls. Although the characters aren't the people themselves, they know what they are implying. Thinking a character is strictly towards that ranter. It's to the point where it's very annoying to be on Pinterest and someone is talking about a character saying, "Hey, it's insert ranter," and had no idea who the original character was. Ahem, rarity from MLP, and I'm aware not everyone grew up with My Little Pony, but you guys have to understand my frustration. It's the whole Madoka situation all over again. Plus using grooming and suicide to introduce themselves as a ranter. The TikTok ranter Sprinkle Rants made an introduction. It goes viral and everyone hops on the trend. Then certain individuals decided to use popular TikTok ranters and make their introduction have to do with raping said creator, or unaliving themselves. That is rather wild, is it not? Now most are people trolling, trying to get attention and such, but it is still not a reason to make light of those particular topics, even if the person involved has been in drama. I've come to the conclusion these people are after clout, and the more people that get mad at them, the more TikTok feeds them to the algorithm. This happens a lot in the gacha community as well, with rage bait accounts that make people mad for the giggles. After all, they get paid off of views, not subscribers, if they are part of the YouTube Partner program. I could probably go on forever about the flaws, but that would make this too long. Do I think anyone will watch this? No. I haven't made long form in a while, and my audience consists mainly of small children who probably get bored before finishing the video. The other is just people who stalk me for the fun in it. So we will conclude this video off with saying that this video is not meant to harass, harm, or defame anyone mentioned. I will ask you for the same and not go attack anyone. You are free to either agree or disagree with any of my points. If you like what I do, leave a like to show support. If you have something else you'd like me to talk about, my socials are listed in my bio, or you can comment below. As a precaution, I tend to procrastinate, so I'd also